Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing the LEGO Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter, which is set number 75333, has 282 pieces, and is going to retail for $30, where you can find it at lego.com and your local retailers. Now before we take a look at the minifigures then the set, let's just have a quick look at the box. And the artwork in the background you can see is Camino, all spread around, raining, thunderstorm. And it's just a really cool design for the set. You can see the characters in the bottom right, and here it has a dark blue stripe, which I think is supposed to indicate the movie. The only problem is, a set from earlier in the year, from a completely different movie, has the same colored stripe. And I'm pretty sure this is the accurate color for the movie, and this is incorrect. Now, I don't know what's going on here, maybe I'm just wrong, but I just thought that was something to point out. It doesn't really change the overall set, though. Inside of the box, you can just see Tanway, which is a minifigure I'm very hyped for, in 1:1 scale. And on the back, you can just see some of the features, like putting the astromech droid's body inside, some stud shooters, and then you do have thumb tabs, and nothing else is going on with the box, pretty much. Anyways, before we take a look at the set, let's just go to the figures. Now let's start out with what is probably the least exciting figure in the set, which is R4P17. This is just Obi-Wan's red astromech droid, red and white, and it looks okay. It's just another astromech droid. I feel like something they really missed out on was the back. They printed the back of R2-D2 in some 18+ diorama sets. I kind of get why they didn't do it here, because, again, those are 18+, you're only displaying them. But again, if you're only going to display them, you're probably never going to see the back of R2-D2. Anyways, it's an okay figure, and it's suitable for the set. So here's a brand new Obi-Wan Kenobi minifigure, and I think it looks pretty good. The only problem with it I have is that the skin color on right up here doesn't match the head, but that's just been a problem for Lego for like a long time, so I don't really expect that to change. Back printing's pretty simple, just lines, just get that out of the way. But the front printing looks pretty good. It just perfectly matches the robes, and you actually do also get a hood piece for him. But personally, on this figure, I think it looks really awkward since he doesn't have a cape to go with it. So I'm just going to keep it with the orange hair. But at that, let's show you the back face print, which is actually a headset that he wears. So when he's in the Starfighter, he does look accurate to how he did in the scene. And his accessories, just a blue lightsaber. And the last and best minifigure in the set is hands down Tanway. This is just an amazing new mold for the Kaminoan head, and I hope we do see this again. And plus, the printing on the figure is spectacular as well. You have printing on the skirt piece, well not skirt, but robe piece, or I don't know what to call that, but you have printing on the back and front, same with a pretty good back print for Tanway. The head can actually just move like that, and if I take it off here, you can just see how it kind of works. It's not dual molded. It's a single mold. The blue here is just printed or painted on. But the printing on the head, like the face, looks very, very good. And the whole molding of the head looks spectacular. She doesn't have any accessories, which is fine. Like, what would you give a Kaminoan? But I just think this is a spectacular figure in a $30 set. So here's a look at the set now. And I personally think the model looks pretty darn good. Now, before we get into the actual look of it, just want to show some features. You have two stud shooters on the front that you can just shoot like so. And those studs are going to go flying. Don't know where that other one went. There's just one right there on the table. Let's just get that out of here. But I think the ship looks pretty good, except for some minor flaws. Well, one major flaw that I will say is the gaps right here. They're very, very noticeable. You're definitely going to see these, but if it's in a position like this, it looks pretty fine. Another minor detail or issue I have with it is the way that it goes up. It should be just like a smooth way up, but it's just a little bumpy because they had to fit the feature of fitting the astromech droid in there. But I think it's okay. You also have a dish on the side, which you can remove if you want. He uses this when he goes to Camino, so we're just going to leave that off for now. But the model looks so good. Stickers really add a lot in this set. They really do. They add all that detail that you really couldn't get normally. Like the back here. This looks spectacular, I think. The whole back area looks really, really good. And you do have the Republic emblem right there, and just a great looking set. But let's just get on to what you can do with the minifigures now. So first of all, you can actually take your astromech droid pop the head off real quick, and place it on the side of the ship so it can rotate like so. You can also open up this right there and place the astromech droid's body inside to store it. And I think that's just really neat, and it's just a fun thing for kids if they want to fly this around with the astromech droid head on it. Also, before I put Obi-Wan Kenobi in, you can actually take his lightsaber off, split it in two, and underneath there's two clips here where you can store the hilt and the saber, which I think is pretty neat. And then finally, with all of his accessories off, you can flip Obi-Wan's head around, put his arms out, legs out, and the cockpit here looks really good. I like the design of this seat. And Obi-Wan fits right in. There's a printed control panel there. This is one that we see in LEGO Star Wars a lot. And then you can close it, and there you go. Now, it's a pretty simple model. There's not much to it, but like I said, I think it looks pretty good. The gap doesn't bother me as much as it probably bothers others. And the reason there is a gap is because they went for more of a Technic approach here on the bottom. But I think that's fine. And also, if you don't want to store the lightsaber under there in two separate things, I guess you could just have this as one and it'll still work. But I like to keep it in two. Anyways, that's a look at the vehicle. So now let's talk about my final thoughts. So for $30, I think this set is pretty great. You're getting 3 fantastic minifigures. Well, minus the astromech droid. But I think the other 2 are almost perfect. And one thing I just want to know real quick before I'm done with the video is the new instruction manuals. They look pretty bad. It's a terrible render of the ship, but it doesn't really change the experience at all because the insides are still just very easy to follow. I just think it's something that LEGO shouldn't have changed. I think it looks way better having the box art on the instruction manual. But anyways, that's just going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.